Okay, we're going to go ahead and begin. My name is Brett Lashley. I'm a program manager with the Young Americans Business Trust. Today we're having our third webinar to share opportunities on TIC Americas and how you can participate and take full advantage of the opportunities that the competition brings. Um, Today I'm going to introduce Jasmine Betts from PepsiCo. PepsiCo, as you know, is our partner in the Eco Challenge. She's going to talk a bit about the Eco Challenge, and then we're going to go ahead and connect with Julio Mario de Leon, a former participant in the Eco Challenge, and he's going to share a bit about his experience in the competition. I'm going to begin. So this is webinar number 3, Why Participate in the Eco Challenge, and it's a pleasure to introduce Jasmine Betts. Jasmine?
Hi, Brett, and thank you. Can you see my screen?
Let's see. It's not connected yet. Let me. It should switch. Yes, there we go. You're on. Okay, go ahead. We have your screen up.
What we're doing. So, to start, back in 2006, we extended. Oh, hang on one second. Having trouble with my screen.
Jasmine?
Yes. There we are. Okay. So, when you first think about the name PepsiCo, the first thing that usually comes to mind is our cola brand, which is just one of actually many of our brands that we have here at PepsiCo. We have over, I believe it is 150 different brands, and we are much more than just drink. We are actually a food and beverage company, and some of our main brands include, for some reason my screen's not working. There we are. Some of our main brands include, especially in Latin America, Mirinda. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Sorry. Some of our main brands include Gamesa, Sabritas, Mirinda, Lay's, Cheetos, Doritos, and we actually consist of many other snack brands, both which account for the majority of our total company. So, I mean, we have our 19 1 billion plus brands, which bring in over $1 billion worth of product sales each year in gross, and then our 250 million to $1 billion brands. And these are just examples. These actually do not cover everything that we have. Okay. Back in 2006, we actually published our sustainability vision, which is at PepsiCo, the Performance with Purpose is the title of our new vision. It extends to about 46 different promises that we've made, not only to ourselves and our consumers, but our investors, that we want to deliver sustainable growth by investing in a healthier future for people and our planet. Performance with Purpose is a foundation of every aspect of our business. We integrate a commitment to human, environmental, and talent sustainability into all of our operations. Doing so creates a blueprint for PepsiCo to develop, manufacture, and sell our products in a sustainable way, which gives us a competitive advantage in markets all over the world and drives long-term growth. That statement was given by Indra Nouri, who is our CEO since 2006. So we've actually divided the Performance of Purpose manifesto into 3 different pillars. We have human, environment, and talent sustainability. Human sustainability encourages people to live healthier, and that encompasses offering healthier and better options for our consumers. Less sodium, less sugar, more whole grains, and less saturated and trans fat. Our talent sustainability focuses on our employees, investing in our people, which includes education, empowerment, and being able to, also allowing people from many different walks of life to be hired and work within our company. But however, today we're going to focus on environmental sustainability, which is our goal is to protect the Earth's natural resources. To expand upon that, environmental sustainability includes 4 different tenets: water, land and packaging, climate change, and community. Within the water section of our commitment, we have the respect to human right to water through low cost efficiency in our operations, preserving water resources, and enabling access to safe water. Within these tenets, the 2 most important, because overall we have 46 promises that we have made to the public, with our goal being 2015. Under water, we aim to improve water use efficiency by 20% by 2015 per unit of production, and also to provide access to safe water to 3 million people in the Latin American region. Within the tenet of land and packaging, under environmental sustainability, we are trying to rethink the way we grow, source, create, package, and deliver our products to minimize our impact on land. In this case, we are aiming to incorporate at least 10% of recyclable PET in primary soft drink containers. PET is the main plastic component that is the recyclable material, the only true recyclable material that can be reused in its same state. And then also to reduce weight by 350 million pounds by 2012. Under the tenet of climate change, we aim to reduce the carbon footprint of our operations by improving the electricity use efficiency by 20% per unit of production, and to also reduce fuel use intensity by 25% per unit of production by 2015. Under the tenet of community, we have decided that we need to respect and responsibly use natural resources in the communities that we serve, providing local funding and training to recyclers, and also to provide environmental education. It's under this tenet of community that we have incorporated the Eco Challenge, but it also actually fulfills many of our other tenets under environmental sustainability. And with that, we introduced PepsiCo and YABT's Eco Challenge. In 2008, we partnered with the Young America's Business Trust of the Organization of American States to support the regional TIC Americas competition and introduce an environmental award, which we named Eco Challenge. Our last year's winners were 2 separate ones. We actually offered 2 prizes of $5,000 each to 2 of the best winners. Our first one was Big Tank, which is a team of 4, where this team developed an online educational video game for children concerning the importance of saving water. And we helped Big Tank develop and launch their video game in a digital media campaign for 8 weeks in pepsimundo.com. And we actually still have the demo available. We provided them marketing, advertising, technical support, and we actually provided prizes for 8 weeks for players to go online and to play the Big Tank game. We offered prizes of iPods for 1 a week for 8 weeks. Our other winner last year was Engineers Without Borders. This team solution consisted of distributing filters to provide clean water in the homes of 25 families in Ciudad Bolivar in Colombia. And Engineers Without Borders is actually currently looking for financing to expand their project to other communities in Colombia. Engineers Without Borders has also received additional technical assistance in addition to the $5,000 award that they received. And they actually have a very scalable and sustainable project that they are looking to continue developing in the future. Both of these teams we actually are still giving continued and renewed support to, even though it's been over a year since the beginning of the competition for 2010. To introduce Eco Challenge 2011, in PepsiCo, we are committed to more sustainable development in communities where we operate. Eco Challenge is one of our initiatives. Eco Challenge is an awards category inside the TIC Americas sponsored competition, which is, we sponsor Eco Challenge, but TIC Americas is also just generally sponsored by YABT, the Young America's Business Trust, and the Organization of American States. The objective of Eco Challenge is to promote the creation of innovative ideas to resolve environmental problems in Latin America. Registration deadline is March 1st, 2011, and the final deadline to submit all
Hi, Jasmine. Sorry to interrupt you.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
Yep.
Just a couple of participants are asking if you can speak up a bit. They're having a bit of trouble hearing you.
Okay, absolutely. For Eco Challenge 2011, our registration deadline is March 1st. However, the final deadline to submit all related project materials will be April 1st. You can go on to pepsimundo.com or tickamericas.net to register both your team and also to submit all of your documentation. The finals will be held June 3rd and 4th, 2011 in El Salvador. You can participate by forming a team of 3 to 10 people between the ages of 13 and 35. Once you are on the website, you can designate a CEO and then a chief financial officer to make your dream a reality and to incorporate a business model. You register your main idea before March 1st, and then again, April 1st is the final deadline for all project materials. Semifinalists will need to complete their project idea before the final. And the eight finalist teams, once they've been reviewed and informed, 8 finalist teams selected by judges will go to El Salvador to present their ideas to the judges in June 2011. We will be drawing judges from the Organization of American States and the Inter-American Development Bank, in addition to Young America's Business Trust representatives. And then at these finals in El Salvador, after presenting their idea verbally in front of a panel of judges, 2 winning teams will be awarded $5,000 each. And then they will receive continued support and consulting from PepsiCo, from YABT, and from any other advertising or marketing agencies that we can help the winners be in contact with. The participation categories for Eco Challenge this year, we have expanded beyond water conservation, which was our theme last year, and we have moved this on to just environmental conservation and water conservation. So we've extended 5 different tenets which participants can choose, including a very broad 5th option. However, the first option is the theme of there is no environmental educational material or environmental education materials for Latin American students. How can we resolve this? The second tenet is approximately 15% of the population in Latin America doesn't have access to clean drinking water. What creative ideas can we work towards to remedy this? The third tenet is, and Eco Challenge, is a large number of rivers and clean water sources are contaminated. How can we address this both on a local and international level? And the fourth tenet is approximately 15% of the population in Latin America doesn't have access to water treatment. And our 5th one is the more broad, but still needs to be related to environmental or water conservation or education or some sort of remediation, will be what is your personal eco challenge. We left this open this year just because we had some amazing, fantastic, creative ideas last year, and they did not fit into just water conservation, and actually were not able to participate because of it. But we are open to many new and exciting ideas, and so we've opened up the 5th option as well. In summary, why should you participate in Eco Challenge 2011? Well, the first would be a chance to be one of the 8 finalist teams, which will be sponsored to travel to El Salvador for the finals. The second option, or reason to participate, includes the opportunity to win one of the 2 $5,000 U.S. prizes. The third is because visibility for your winning project in all of Latin America region. We will be publicizing the 8 semifinalists, and you also are, when you register online, you are going to be registering through a platform called YABT, which actually enables networking and publication of your business idea. The fourth reason is because of networking opportunity and professional development, not only online through the YABT network, but also because of the added opportunities when you go and present in front of your judges in El Salvador. It will be a very large conference with hundreds of people attending, and there's an opportunity to network with financing representatives, also just international business leaders, and it's a fantastic opportunity for the semifinalists to meet and greet and possibly scale their idea even further. And of course, finally, to make your project a reality and to make our planet a better place. And without further ado, I would love to take any questions or comments that anybody would have concerning Eco Challenge.
Great. Thank you very much, Jasmine. For all of our participants, if you have any questions, what you can do is either enter them via chat, or you'll see there's an option to raise your hand in your panel. There's a yellow hand. If you want to click that, if you have any questions, and then we can have you connect. We'll enable your microphone, and you can ask your questions, or you can go ahead and put them in through the chat function. Any questions? Okay. If someone older than 35, here's a question we have from one of the participants. If someone older than 35 wants to participate, is there any way for them to be involved? Is it possible? The only way that someone over the age of 35 can participate is as a mentor. The actual team members all need to be under the age. They need to be 35 or under. But through TIC Americas, we do encourage young entrepreneurs to have a mentor to advise them, whether it's on aspects of their business plan, their marketing, technical advice, if they need to develop a prototype for their product. We do encourage you actually to have a mentor, but that mentor can only be an advisor. We don't want them to be an actual team member. They cannot be considered as one of your core team members, and you do have to identify them as a mentor. The other thing I would suggest is that if you do have someone who's over the age of 35, that they can, especially if you're, let's say, a part of a university team or you're part of an entrepreneurship club, we have no problem with them giving you the support, as I mentioned, on any aspect of your business plan, your prototype. But the other thing is that they will not be allowed to be a part of your presentation team in the finals if you are to make the finals. So everyone on your team should be under the age of 36, as we said, between 13 and 35. And again, someone over that age can only participate as a mentor. Any other questions?
Oh, as an added detail to that, we also cannot sponsor the mentors to travel to El Salvador.
Correct. I should make that very clear as well. For the finalists, the participation and the travel to El Salvador is sponsored, but the mentor would not be sponsored. Thanks for clearing that up, Jasmine. Any other questions from any of our participants? I think in the interest of time, now is a good time to go on to Julio Mario de Leon. Julio Mario is one of our former winners of the Eco Challenge. He's from the team Engineering Without Borders that Jasmine mentioned in her presentation. I'm going to connect Julio right now so he can talk a bit about his experience in the Eco Challenge and his team and what the process was like for him. Julio Mario, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. Can you hear me too?
Hi, Julio Mario, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, can you speak up a bit?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Can you please get loud?
Better right now or
Julio, ¿te puedes acercar al micrófono, por favor?
okay. This way? Okay right now?
No, we're having, it's very difficult to hear you. If you can come right up to your microphone.
Right now it's okay or
A bit better. But if you can speak a little louder and get a little closer to the microphone.
I'm almost shouting right here. Maybe it's internet connection troubles. I'm pretty close to the microphone right now. Do you hear me well? Or?
I can hear you, but I'm worried that our participants won't be able to hear you. It's very, very faint. It's very quiet. Can you turn your volume up as well, maybe?
Close to the microphone.
Okay, I think maybe
Hello?
Jasmine has indicated that she can hear you, so let's try. Julio, can you tell us a bit about your experience with the Eco Challenge and what your team, how you came up with your project idea and what the process was like for you?
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Brett. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Julio Mario de Leon, and as Brett told you earlier, I'm a former winner of what was the 2010 Eco Challenge. So, let me tell you about what was my experience at the Eco Challenge. Our work in the Eco Challenge consisted in a project whose main emphasis was in the appropriation of sustainable technologies in a community. So the idea basically was to develop two types of products. The first one is the one we call the purification train, and it was basically a purification device used mainly for emergency situations. This device could be known for its innovation and versatility, and also because it was a portable filter. The other technology was a sand filter. What was interesting about this sand filter is that the elements we used to fabricate it were elements that were available for the community, from the community environment. I mean, the sand filter basically needed of sand, which is really easy to find, and plastic cans, which are also pretty much easy to find. And with big modifications of these two elements, we constructed a sand filter, which was very, very easy first to transport and also to teach of how to construct. So what it was all about was a scalable and sustainable project to give a community the possibility to access to secure water. So that was like the main idea of our project. Now let me tell you about how was all about constructing it. First of all, Engineers Without Borders is a formal university group here in Colombia, in Bogota, mainly. So we actually work on water issues around different communities. So we found here at the Eco Challenge a specific point in where to show the world and where to show specific stakeholders we considered interesting what we were doing. So that was like our first motivation without not knowing what will come next. What did come next was the most interesting thing for us. This experience can be identified, or I identified in three different aspects. The first one was the personal experience. First of all, thanks to the Eco Challenge, I actually due to Lima. I didn't know Lima since then, so it was a very interesting trip. On our part, also the networking opportunity Over there, we had OAS members, we had other entrepreneurs from all Latin America and the Caribbean. We had specific people from Peru who had interesting projects also to show. The judges were also really prepared and really interested. So the whole network experience was really great. So that is like the personal experience. The other part which was really interesting was the professional experience. When we thought about presenting our project, we never realized the immensity of the project we were heading to. I mean, we were two guys presenting our idea to some Pepsi executives, some OES members. So that opportunity to sell an idea, to sell a project, to eventually make a project come true in just 10 minutes is just amazing. So believe me, if you think you can't sell a project in 10 minutes, if you become a finalist, you will be able to do it. Believe me, you can. And the third part of the whole experience is what I like to call the first step to change the world. I've spoken like before this first part of my experience about how interesting was to meet people, how interesting was to have all this network experience. And for me, life is about the people you meet, basically, and the things you can create with them. So in this order of ideas, my message to you participants is to start creating things. Take the risk. Don't think you are too young enough or you are too old enough to make things to happen, and make the eco challenge the perfect excuse to make this first step into being a social entrepreneur, or what I like to call an eco entrepreneur. So it's true that a 1,000-mile trip begins with the first step. But believe me, it's important to make sure that this first step is over a solid terrain in order that you can actually make it the second step. It doesn't make sense if you make a first step into a pit. So my advice is to apply the eco challenge. Take this challenge yours, and believe me, I never thought that actually our project was going to be read. All the projects are actually read, and as I repeat, my advice to apply to the eco challenge. Take the first step and first of all, make this first step count. So that's like the whole idea I wanted to express to you about my experience. Is more, I really like talking about the eco challenge because I have like pretty much good remember about what happened. So if you have any specific point about any specific question about what okay, let me say this again. If you have any specific question to me, I think we have a couple of minutes, so I'm open to answer any questions you like.
Great, thanks a lot, Julio. For anyone who has any questions for Julio Mario de Leon from Engineering Without Borders, feel free. You can, again, either raise your hand using the little yellow hand icon on your screen, or you can use the chat function and type in your questions, and we'll have him answer them that way. Or as well, if you have any other questions for Jasmine, we can answer those now as well. All right, so it doesn't look like anyone has any questions. Again, I want to thank both Jasmine and Julio Mario for joining us today and sharing their presentations. And I'd like to again share with you guys, as one of the organizers from YABT, that we've seen the great opportunities that the Eco Challenge presents for the teams. Again, we see a lot of creative projects. It really gives those of you who have had ideas in the past but haven't maybe acted on them an opportunity to act on these ideas. PepsiCo provides terrific opportunities in supporting your projects. As Jasmine said earlier in her presentation, the team Big Tank, their demo for their game was on the Pepsi Mundo website almost right after the competition, and it's been up there, just about ever since, and you can go and play it. So it's great exposure. Not only the financial resources that is offered through TIC Americas and the Eco Challenge, but also as Julio Mario mentioned, it's the marketing, the networking, the personal experience that you get. For those of you who want to go and see the Big Tank game, again, it's on PepsiMundo.com. You can link through there. If Jasmine has anything she wants to add, I'll give her this opportunity now as well.
Thank you, Brett. I just wanted to say thank you for everybody
who is. If there's anything you want to add, feel free.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to everyone for attending and listening in today. If you have any additional questions, please do not hesitate. And thank you for visiting.
All right, Jasmine, it says on our screen that you're talking, but we can't actually hear you. I don't know.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you for hosting today, Brett. And I wanted to say thank you to everyone else who watched our webinar today. I invite everyone to submit your idea, no matter how big or small. And I look forward to watching and reading and getting to know all of the projects that are submitted. Thank you.
Great. Thanks a lot, Jasmine. Thanks again, Julio Mario. And thank you to all of the participants who joined us in the webinar. And I'll just remind you that we host webinars on TIC Americas on various topics on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Our webinar presentation begins at 3 p.m. in Spanish and at 4 p.m. in English. You can register through the TIC Americas website, www.ticamericas.net/webinars. There you can see the full schedule of the webinars, which will continue throughout February. And of course, if you have any questions for us at YABT, feel free to get in touch. My information should be on your screen right now. Again, it's www.ticamericas.net, and you can get in touch with me, Brett Lashley, at BLASHLEY@OAS.org, or give us a call, 202-458-6456. And I hope you all will continue to join us for our future webinars, and please share this with any of your friends or colleagues or persons in your network who may be interested, whether they've had ideas they've shared with you for starting their own business, for creating their own solutions to some of the environmental problems we face. Really, TIC Americas does, and the Eco Challenge provide tremendous opportunities to young entrepreneurs, and it would be great if you could share that with young entrepreneurs in your network or those you know that work with young entrepreneurs. So thanks again for joining us, and have a terrific afternoon, everybody.